Today, I want to share with you why 5 minutes matters when turning a hobby into an income for retirement. And I can share this with you because I've been going through the process, this journey myself, and I've learned a few things along the way. And one of the things that I've learned is that although you've made the decision to turn a hobby into an income in retirement, it can be a decision that is suddenly overwhelming with tasks and projects that have to be done in order to make it happen. So, managing the overwhelm and forward momentum is essential in getting this done. You don't want to start asking yourself questions like I did. Am I being realistic? Do I have enough healthy time on the earth left to make this worthwhile and to make this effort pay off? You don't want to start second guessing yourself and allowing other people's negativity to affect you and discourage you. So, how you manage being overwhelmed and manage other people's thinking along the way is important in the process. One of the things that I asked myself was whether or not a side hustle would be a more effective way to supplement my retirement, and whether I would enjoy the ability to just walk away instead of turning my hobby into a side income. And ultimately, I decided that that wouldn't give me what I wanted. I wanted a lifestyle that included a community, and I want to learn and grow and be more involved in my hobby and reap all the benefits of this, including the benefit of additional income. So there were a lot of reasons to keep marching forward. So instead of getting stuck, I had to ask myself, well, what can I accomplish in 5 minutes today? To go from where I am now to where I want to go. I had to ask myself that because I got stuck. And getting stuck is something you want to avoid at all costs. 5 minutes a day doesn't feel like much time to devote something this big, but it's incredibly effective as far as getting something done. And you can always spend 5 minutes doing one task and then move to the next one. So you're going in 5 minutes, but you can have as many 5 minutes in a day as you'd like. So you don't want to feel like, okay, I'm going to do 5 minutes 100 times, because then you'll feel overwhelmed. What you want to do is focus on one thing at a time, just one thing at a time. And that was something that I had to realize when I was beginning on this journey while I was stuck. And so one of the things that I learned was that structuring my day was a far more effective use of my time than just creating a to-do list for each day, because the priorities go in two directions when you have a hobby. There's the business direction, and then there's the hobby direction. So if you're working on your hobby, that's probably something that you've enjoyed for a long time. Or maybe it's a newly discovered hobby that you're really diving into and enjoying a great deal. So you want to dive in and really enjoy it. But then there's the business side, the tasks that need to be done that are not necessarily part of the hobby, but they are necessarily part of turning the hobby into an income. So what I decided to do is, instead of being pulled in two different directions, the business side versus the hobby side, I decided to structure my day in two different categories. So to eliminate the indecision of which tasks needed to be done first or priorities, I decided that between 8 and noon, I would focus on the business tasks. This allows me to set aside the time to get all these business tasks done in 5-minute increments. You would be amazed at what you can do in 5 minutes. You can do some research on where you want to have your business checking account. You can set up a business checking account. You can fill out a licensing form. You can apply for liability insurance. You can do lots of things. You can apply for sales tax. You can get a tax ID number. You can do many, many things in 5 minutes. And it also gives you the opportunity to tell people that you handle all your business during the morning hours or whatever time of day you choose. For me, I can tell people, oh, if you sent me an email, I check my email between 8 and noon. So if you haven't gotten an email back by noon, you know that I haven't had a chance to look or respond, or I didn't see it, or I didn't get it. So let me know if you need me to respond before the end of the day, because if you haven't heard back by noon, I'm not checking my email. I can also set up appointments if I need to go to the bank or if I need to go do something, meet somebody. I can meet with a loan officer. I can go to do whatever needs to be done. There's any number of things that you could categorize in the business category that you can set aside for business tasks. And if you have a certain time, like I've done, it just generally makes things easier. I can reply to phone calls from people during those hours. I can look at emails. I can set up things that I want to accomplish. For example, I want to learn how to add a new microphone to improve the audio on my videos for YouTube. So that falls in the business category. It's not part of my hobby. It's part of my business category. There are an incredible number of tasks that fall into that business category, and just knock them off. And then the reason that I set up my hobby in the afternoon is because I can get involved in it and forget about the time. So I have all of the rest of the day. I haven't started my hobby and hated to quit because I needed to take care of a business task. I've gotten my business tasks and obligations done already, so I'm free to continue working on my hobby for as long as I like, which is pure freedom. And that's what we want when we're turning a hobby into an income for retirement. We want that freedom. So enjoying the time that you take to do the tasks is part of your enjoyment of this whole lifestyle that you're diving into. And also, it allows you to be motivated, continue to find motivation, and continue to see progress in the direction that you're going. Because in the early days, when you're not fully living that lifestyle, then it can be a little discouraging, especially like me, if you don't have a lot of income coming in from your hobby yet. It can be discouraging that you are putting so much effort into something and not reaping the reward yet. So there's a lot of different ways to bring recognition and motivation into your situation, but one of them is by checking off those tasks, just keeping a little piece of paper with your tasks on them, getting them done 5 minutes at a time. These small steps can make an incredible amount of progress, especially when you look at the progress in a big picture way. For example, if I just want to get the word out, then if I just tell one person every day that I'm doing this, then 5 minutes, just have a 5 minute conversation with a friend or an associate or an acquaintance or somebody I just meet in passing, or sharing the information just when I'm out and about in a casual way. If I share that information 5 minutes a day, every single day, then that's 30 new people in the course of a month, or 7 people every week that are aware that I'm doing this hobby, and they can mention it to other people. They can keep it in the back of their mind for when they need or want what I do in my hobby. So it's a great thing. 5 minutes a day, just small steps, but it also helps me to structure my day. And I would encourage anybody to do that. So once you go through the structuring of your day, then it can stay off the overwhelming. It can put you on a path of accomplishing the things that need to be accomplished in order to get where you're going with your goal of taking your hobby and turning it into an income. I'm going to encourage anybody that I run across who has a hobby that they want to turn it into an income, that they first step back and go, how am I going to set up my day? I want the lifestyle, I want the hobby to turn into an income. But if you're doing this in retirement, you don't want to give up your retirement. You want to enjoy the rest of your life. And 5 minutes, 5 minutes at a time, it matters when you're looking at that hobby for an income. It does matter. And going from here to there is going to take a little process, and the journey is going to take as long as it takes, but you've got to stay marching down the path. Thank you for stopping by to visit my channel. I appreciate you, and I look forward to hearing your comments and thoughts and sharing what you're doing for your own hobby. And if you're contemplating turning a hobby into a business, if you've already done it, I'd like to hear what you have to say, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Have a great day.